Yeah.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
I'm all right. Sorry about today. Like it's 9:30 p.m. at my time, and I told you like 9 p.m. at my time because I would be home by then already in a usual day. But today was not a usual day, unfortunately. But yeah, here I am. Sorry.
GG. I mean, it's kind of okay, but but also I did have to play an ARAM. This is bit is
Did you
ARAM.
win? At least.
Yeah, hell yeah. For some reason, rank's down. I played Kinnan. It reminded me whenever I played a lot of Kinnan support. Did you play back then? It was like season 4, season 5.
No, I haven't.
Man, do you know Gosu Pepper, aka Edward, aka who knows what he goes by
No,
now?
I don't know anything about that.
Oh my god. Right, so you could basically build like Sorkpin boots into another HP AP magic pin item, and then you would solo kill ADCs as Kinnan support.
That sounds terrible for an ADC.
Yeah, it was like before Nautilus was the guy of all time, we had Kinnan. Just you'd kill the AD like 30 times, and then you're a Kinnan with a lot of like magic damage, so then your team fights a win naturally. So it was pretty beast. But yeah. Okie doke. What are you looking to do here?
If you remember, you gave me an advice to be like a kind of a Morgana OTP until I climb like a lot. And you told me to be more aggressive on the laning phase.
Okay.
I took that advice to my heart, and I was at Silver 2 when we first had a session. I took that advice to my heart, and I climbed to Silver 3 with being more aggressive.
I mean,
And
that's
then I
part of
realized
it.
like I must be doing something wrong, and I realized my positioning got much worse. Just trying to be aggressive, I was inting without realizing it. But once I realized it, I fixed it, and now I'm like Silver 170 LP, and now I'm more aggressive. Plus, I'm not inting, so kind of in a better situation, I think. But I realize that games are getting harder for sure. So I'm looking for more advice, basically, when I'm playing the lane phase.
Okay. I mean, that sounds good. I call that the hero's journey where like you have to go lower to get higher. It's so annoying in League 2 because it involves like a lot of pain. But that's how you know it's real. Dude,
Oh, this is real. Definitely, I can feel it.
yeah. Like the most recent one I've done on that was like Syndra, like trying to attack the lane, and there's nothing worse than inting on Syndra. But yeah, so do you have any replays?
Let me check, actually. I have some replays, yes. I can share my screen here, right? Give me
Yeah.
a sec. It doesn't allow me to share my whole screen. I need to select an application. How does that?
You click share screen, and then where it says applications, you don't have screens.
I have, but wait. Let me just play the video first. So I realized Soraka. I don't know what to do against a Soraka. I realized that.
Oh, yeah, the enchanters generally have a leg up on Morgana. Your advantage has to be like a well-timed attack. Generally.
Okay, I figured. I'm gonna share it. Figure it out. Share applications, movies. For some reason, it's called movies, but yeah. Yes, now you should be able to see.
Okie doke. It works.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can see it, right? Now I
Yeah.
need to play it, I guess. Yeah. So this is just a clip of the laning phase.
Yeah, like generally with the enchanters, their advantage is going to be that they have lower cooldown on their poke. And you
Yeah,
can't.
that's right. Exactly. Because
Yeah.
I usually try to poke with my W like whenever it's off cooldown, but they can sustain more than I
Yeah.
deal the damage.
So with your W, if you can't win against the enemy champion, you can use it on the wave as Morgana. And then if they're not battling the wave, and that's like how you can leverage an advantage against them. Because naturally they're going to be trying to poke you.
Yeah.
So here, go ahead and pause. Like with the whole dynamic, it's like you want to be hitting the wave, Wing the wave, and then playing to the sides, trying to get them to focus on you. And then you're just trying to pull them into you. This is like a pretty like higher level thing on Morgana that like you wouldn't, I don't know, like want to have to focus on rather than just killing the enemy. But like where your champion is literally nothing but the W and autos level 1, right? You can play to the sides and then try to get them to spin the abilities on you and then pull them into you, like avert their focus and then not be committing into them as well. But that's like way above and beyond like most silver, way past most silver gameplay. But like that's kind of what you have to leverage.
But it makes sense. Like in this case, when I try to get Ezreal to like low HP, it doesn't make sense because Soraka can always heal more than what I deal damage anyway. So that's what I try to do. At least I try to hit the casters, but
Well, this is going okay so far.
yeah, so far okay. But I don't remember when
Wave
I
arrives, like W. You want to W all, or at least try to get most of them, and then just keep autoing.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to be on top of Twitch either.
I shouldn't be?
Well, not in this sort of lane. You want them to be trying to throw the abilities at you. If you're to the side, Ezreal might try to Q you. And then if you're away from Twitch, then Soraka Q can't hit you both. And then if all that's happening and you're like a little bit ahead of Twitch, like in front of them, then they're not hitting Twitch. If they're hitting you, that's good. We got 2 health potions to spin.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're about to hit level 3. And then this would be your time to like try to do something. So like I would be playing way far into him here. There you go.
Ignites. But it doesn't do anything.
It's like you guys were way too far back. If you go back, like you guys have like the level 3 before them. It's just you guys stop hitting the wave for whatever reason.
Right here?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
Bang, and then you're clicking backwards. You get to level 3. Q someone. Walk into them and Q them. It doesn't matter. Okay, I don't have to be this crazy, but like it doesn't matter like any damage they deal to you because they're not going to kill you through everything you got. And then if they're like attacking you, then they're further up the lane, and then Twitch can get more damage. Right. So like the first step I think is identifying that you're going to hit that level 3, and then being confident with it.
But it's stupid to target Ezreal in the first place. Maybe I should have just looked for Soraka instead.
Yeah, she was further up too. But either one that like gives it to you, because you can try to watch both of them. So I think first step is like be further forward. Second would be like identifying the better target. And then third, we just attack first. Because that was like a defensive attack. That's why it doesn't work out as well. Okie doke, can we receive the wave for like 3 minutes here? Okay. Can we skip forward? I've seen this 20 trillion times. Get poked a little bit as the wave bounces into us. You get a sapphire crystal for what?
Let's see why I did that. When did I buy it? Okay, so I had 800 golds around. Let's see, what did I buy? I don't remember. Boots, refillable, and I didn't have 425 gold, I guess. Is it better to just not buy anything?
I think just don't buy anything. You can get a control word too. The control word can set up Diana for like dragon. You can ward for mid lane. You could even ward for your own lane, but it'd be better just to ward around like right side mid.
I never did. Like if I had less than 425 gold, I would just buy a crystal. Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
I mean, that's like classic noob. No flame, but like that's just what they do. Like bad supports just buy this mana, and it's like you can't even use the mana on most of them. There's like Zerath where maybe I'll use a Sapphire Crystal after dumping 7,000 spells. Okay, so this position, like, go back and then imagine if you're playing to the left side instead of just dancing with the Twitch.
Okay, I see.
Soraka could
Yeah,
hit you.
there were no minion in front of Soraka as well. Yeah, that was kind of stupid.
Yeah. Because if Soraka walks forward to E, you can just move in, and then you're out of the silence, and then you can maybe Q. You might not kill, but damn, it's some gameplay. Because if we're not landing that Q, we're not doing much. But that's going to be the opportunities where you would land it in such an like defensive lane. You're not going to land like defensive neutral Qs against them. You have to be brave enough to like walk into them. Which that plays into the inting part, but we know how that goes. Lysandra, welcome to bot lane. A silver EUS Lysandra might be better than like D4 NA somehow. Okay. Not exactly, but it works. Okay. Q. Close. Come on. Oh.
Is it a barrier? What?
Yeah.
Okay, that was frustrating. Now I remember that.
I mean, you went in this time though, so I like that. Here, let's go back and watch it again. Because it is forced. Do you see how it's forced? Or feel how it's forced at least? Because like Lysandra's in that bush, you can give it some time. How I would play it out, if you go back, like I would come from the river, go to the right side of the lane, and then give them an opportunity to hang themselves. Because if you queue the Soraka, like on the right side, then Lysandra has time to walk through the river, E over the wall, and and they don't even know that's happening in the meantime. You flash Q, you're gonna freak them out. You're gonna scare them.
Yeah, I was a bit quick on the trigger, but yeah.
Yeah. EU West players too, their main thought when you're like, let's say you're playing like a neutral on the right side, after coming from river, like they'll be like, this guy's inting, I can outplay him, I'm better and shit. You attack the EU brain. You could get Mobies here.
Really?
It'd be a little weird, but I think playing for top side is much more interesting than laning against Ezreal, Soraka with the Twitch. But,
I never got movies before just because like when you receive a damage you get slowed or something, right?
yeah, they're not that good, but you can abuse them. You can abuse them like when your top side can win with your roams. So like you could go get level 6 and then try to get roams off mid and top, or fight with your jungler whenever their ults and stuff is up.
And that's another thing. I never know which matchup wins in top lane. That's not something I'm trying to learn right now. But
well, yeah, you would learn by roaming there, so you don't need to know. You would have to do the run into them and see what happens.
Matter, right?
Do what?
When you are two versus one, it doesn't matter who wins, right? I guess.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like even if the gank fails, like you'll figure it out as you go. And then you'll get a pretty good sample size from it versus never going, you know?
Is it okay to just buy Zonia's first before Mythic? Is there any case?
It depends. Like if you have a Callista, Draven, like aggressive champions, you could get a Zonia's. Kind of just function like an engaged champ. It's fine just to stick to like the same build path every game though, for like where you're at. Because if you're just focusing on the gameplay, like and you're trying to focus on different builds, like it's just doing two different things at once.
I'm pretty much building same thing almost every game, which you showed me before, Everfrost into Zonias. I rarely change it.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Once like, yeah, you know the one meme where it's like turn the music down like I can't see when I'm driving. You know that one? It's like we don't want the thoughts to be too loud when we're playing. So like worrying about
Right.
builds and stuff.
That's so true.
Yeah. So once you get more comfortable, then you can see the builds. You know, they'll come to you rather than you going to them.
That's so true. But something I changed though, when we played, you wanted me to go Airy, what's that called? The
Summon
Lucifer's
Airy.
summon area.
Yeah.
But Glacial Augment is just more fun, so I just switched it. I
Sure.
hope that's not a too bad thing, at least.
I mean, it depends on the lane. Dude, Scorch just got buffed too. Like,
Yeah, I'm playing Scorch for sure.
okay. Okay. But then you don't have the summon Airy.
In my
That's,
secondaries, I get Scorch for sure.
yeah. So if they don't have sustain, like, I think Scorch summon Airy. If they have like a lane that you know you can't kill, Glacial's fine. These recalls are so weird, but
Wait, this recall, right?
yeah. You guys should just,
We were supposed to poke them out, I guess.
you would sweep, sit in that bush, you wait for them to move up lane. If they move up lane, like a flash ulti Q. Flash ulti that guy he just E'd. Kill them! Even if we're getting attacked, it's like, not that serious. Okay, okay. We want to flash ulti Q the Ezreal. We're never killing the tank. Block the Q. Okay. Okay, Rammus.
Bad Q. And this is Fiesta.
Okay, so then go back. Let's make this simple. Go back to like when you guys crashed the wave. So whenever we crash the wave, they're gonna like we're gonna be in the fog of war for a little bit. So then I think just sweep the lane bushes, see if those are warded, and then sit in them, and then fish for a Q, or maybe a flash ulti, like if they don't have flashes.
That's so true. That's something I never did. Sweep and just wait for a Q, yeah.
Yep. Because that's abusing the fog of war, but
Okay, we know the rest, I guess. And this is usually a trap. When I try to get that control ward, I usually die. This time I was lucky, I guess.
did you see them all fighting topside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Stop.
Fiesta bot side, Fiesta
Stop
top
throwing those
side.
long ass Qs. Simply walk into the Ezreal, eat his Q, and then try to Q. That's how you have to do it. But you have to be brave. Even Challenger NA Morganas won't do that shit. They're scared to get Q'd.
Like, he needs to Q me 5 times to kill me, right? At this 100% health.
Yeah, maybe more than that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and then like once you're moving forward, right, you'll learn how much damage you can take, and that will make you way more confident. It really unlocks how you can like play forward. But the first step is like simply being willing to eat that Q right to the face, and then keep moving forward like a total
It's like-
psycho.
Not taking damage is like a mini game on its own, but it's the wrong game to play sometimes. But I just cannot.
I think it's the
Stop
first
playing
step
it.
for most players because they start off, you know, just eating everything. So then they stop eating anything, but then you lose gameplay because of it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Of course, when you say it, it makes sense. It's just I'm.
Well,
I'm
it's like
on autopilot, I guess.
yeah, and that's like where you should be too. It's just like that's the step that we're on. Ignite, Q, W. Any teammates? We're looking for some teammates. Third Q's coming up. Keep moving into him. Let's Q that Ezreal. Aw. Imagine you flash Q there.
Yeah.
You'd be better than Do you watch any LEC?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you flash Q there, you're like on Mickey X level.
Not Hilisang.
Not This thing would flash over. I don't even
At
know.
another level.
He'd flash over the dragon pit or some shit. Yeah, do me a favor, never lock in Pike.
Oh no, I won't. I won't.
And play like Hillis thing.
Oh, it's terrible on EU West after Hilisang plays LEC. Hilisang plays Pike on LEC. The next day is terrible. Everyone locks in Pike. So this was a frustrating game for me on
screen share
Soraka.
died.
I have another Soraka game that I was frustrated. So let me just pull that up. Okay.
Another Soraka. Okay.
Yeah, I only save my recordings when I'm frustrated, and I'm not sure if it's a coincidence. It's both like Soraka.
Okay. I mean, we have Zeri. It's kind of the same matchup.
Yeah.
I would W the wave. If I'm against Lucian Soraka, they're gonna beat me and this area up.
I usually start W, but I don't remember why I started Q this game. Like unless we are invading or something, I start W for sure.
Yeah.
But this game I started Q. I don't remember why.
The Q kind of just strictly sucks here.
Yeah, I agree. And I starting W after you told me so, and it feels much better for sure. But I also don't want to lose mental of my jungler if I don't Q at an invade. Oh, I could have W'd there.
Q.
Sure.
Nice.
Q.
W, ignite. Bang. Flash.
I didn't flash here. I should have maybe.
Flash. Q. Okay, we lost. Eat that Soraka Q. It is over. It's like pressing for it when you can't have it. And you have to save the Q for a Lucian dash. But then it's still losing because you guys don't have ignite. It's screwed.
Right? It's like...
Okay, go back. This all falls apart from the first Q when you're trying to shoot it and then they can run past you. Like you're trying to hit it defensively.
Okay, let's see.
Q, and then you have nothing. So it's too easy for them to move into Zeri.
But even if I flash there, I don't have Q, I don't have my W, my auto attacks won't do damage at this point. I ate that Q from Soraka.
Yeah, you wouldn't have killed him with that flash. I think the main mistake though is like shooting that long range Q at Soraka to start everything. Because you can play it, go back, and then pause, like before the whole sequence. Okay, and then pause. Shit. A little bit further back. Oh, whoops.
Here?
Yeah, so then right as we hit level 2, we're autoing. Auto the melees. There we go. And then you can just play neutral right here, as you'll be hitting level 2.
What does it mean to play neutral?
Like you play, like where the Zeri is, you can kind of just play on the same line as that. So not moving too far forward and not moving too far back. Right now you're too far back. Because that minion's going to die. You guys hit level 2. They haven't killed their melee minion. Their melee minion has way more HP. So once you guys hit level 2, then you could just, if you're where Zeri is, or a little bit further, then you can W, and then just stand your ground. And then if they try to attack you, they'll be moving into you or the Zeri. That will line you up for the Q. So if you pull them in on a neutral like line, so you're holding your ground, you pull them in, then they're kind of just walking into your Q at that point. But you have to hold it. If you spend it, then it messes everything up.
Like this.
But that's the first step. You got to shoot it. You got to shoot that basketball, but damn, that shot. It's always these defensive cues, like that entire time. Like you can be autoing and just walking the hell into that Lucian. And that cue's not going to miss at that point. It's so bonehead, too. That's what's annoying about Morgana sometimes. Yeah, and then from this lane stay, it's inevitable. I don't see Zeri living at least. Also, if you had summon Airy, Lucian dies. My bad. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Like, you gotta wait for the Lucian to spin the dash or something before you Q. Because if he ever dashes on that Zeri, you can flash Q. And he's screwed. Okay. Uh-huh.
What?
Don't tell me Soraka has barrier again.
I don't remember.
Stop the recalls. Get up there. Use the fucking W. Whoa, Nelly!
I tried.
You ask, are you a total noob? And he said, no, you are. Damn it.
It just took me some time to realize he was recalling in the first place.
Oh.
I knew what to do.
Okay, I don't see how you guys can play. Let's see it. Well, your whole dynamic can be W in the wave. So you could put like 2 points W. I don't think it's ever worth to really put more.
I mean, if I'm gonna spam W and that's it, I guess 2 points on W makes some sense.
Yeah. Like with other enchanters, they'll put like 2 points into their poke and then like max their shield. That's kind of Morgana's version. Like 2 points into your W to deal with the wave and then maxing the Q. Okey-doke. Gotta be further forward. You're too far back.
Well, this is also something I learned. To be honest, this is a game from a month ago when I was Silver 3 maybe. but I haven't played any Soraka later on, but if I played, I would make the same mistake, so it still applies.
Yeah, the same way like you're getting more confident with like the forward movement.
Yeah.
I think where it truly comes out is like when you're confident to stand your ground, like on neutral, just right out of their max range. And then not like clicking back when they click forward. They click forward and then we have a Q, or we have a W, or we have an auto. And you can really play ball. That takes supreme confidence. Welp, we're getting a lot of solo XP. That's something.
Yeah.
Okay. Here I'd be trying to stop their recalls.
If they ever try.
Okay. This is okay. You can move up the lane, let them attack you. They don't even try. Just what you and Twitch were doing. Get level 6, big man. Hit the wave. Hit the wave. We want level 6 right here. Our flash is coming up. We're almost ready to party. Dink, level 6, flash, ulti. Soraka's dead as fuck.
But if I flash and ult, wouldn't he just ult out?
The Lucian can dash away, but then the Soraka's definitely screwed. The black shield wasn't up, but could probably at least have the intention to do it. Maybe it's not perfect right there, but yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. Is like,
Yeah,
get it going.
I pay attention when I'm level 6. Sorry, I pay attention when I'm level 2, but I don't pay attention when I'm close to level 6. Something I never paid attention before, but now I'll do.
Yeah, because whenever I'm playing Morgana, that's like the interim with level 5 is like when everyone's stronger than you, but then you hit level 6, and if you have your flash and ignite up, oh boy. Especially if they don't have a cleanse, like, it's really hard for them to play. Flash, ulti, ignite Q, that's Soraka.
Now I see it, yeah. It's half out Soraka, what he can do, right? Yeah, now I see it.
Yeah, even if Lucian's soul kills your Zeri, like, at least we did something. Damn. Okay. Jesus! Black shield onto the AD.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh my god. Alrighty, let's fast forward like 3 minutes here. There's no gameplay. Dink, dink. And we're back at it.
Same dance.
Hold your ground. Let them move into you. I like, inevitably, all the cues will be defensive like this in the video, but like, I'm still freaking out every time I see it. Okay.
Something happened, apparently.
Q.
That was a lucky Q, max range.
And then you're like, just dancing with that idea of maybe I go in. I'd be smorking into them like a psycho. The only way. Okay, Zeri tanking. It is what it is. Good enough. If you want it, you could take that wave too. It would deny Lucian a wave, and then you get some gold.
This wave, okay.
Yeah. If it's not a cannon wave, then okay, never mind, it is. Because Morgana has that ability to actually push the wave. But if it's not a cannon wave, then you
this
can crush
control lord got killed this time.
Okie doke. Where's the enemy mid laner? Where's your AD? Where's theirs? That's always like what runs through my head before I hit that control word. Because I've died at that control word more times than you have, big man. not trying to brag, but like, you have to ask, where's the enemy mid? Where's the enemy jungle? Where's my AD? Where's my jungle? Where's their AD? Where's their support? Until you have all that answered. Now we're topside. Shit like this into the mid game is kind of inevitable in silver. Never mind. Just wherever you can find a good fight with the stronger members of your team. That's where I would be.
Okay.
Like avoiding the weak members and then like fighting with your strong members. And trying to take good fights. That's, I guess, it's your best bet. Kill, kill. Any ulti? We're looking for an ulti right here. Okay. Well, we got the party started, but... So, go back to the Soraka. We hit the Q. Q, ulti, ignite.
I'm right. I thought for some reason he's not worth ult, but...
The ult is so expendable. Like, you can just use it for like that second root, but then that's like the second part of your damage too. So since the Everfrost was on cooldown, you could use the ulti, Black Shield the Kayn, and then run them down with the Everfrost and autos, and then that would give you guys a much better chance to kill them before their entire team shows up.
Absolutely. And this is just random at end of clip.
Okay.
I have one last thing that I can show you. This time, not Soraka.
Here, I want to show you kind of what I mean by neutral. Dude, I wish I had some good support games recently. Morgana.
I am bound, but I will not break.
Still trying to share my screen. Oh, you're going into training tool?
See. Alright, check it out. So
Okay.
wait. Bang, bang. There's the Lucian and the Soraka. Here's our Zeri. And like too often, you're like right here. And the goal is to like have a good neutral to where we can stand our ground like based on where the enemy is. So let's say like Lucian's max range is going to be like somewhere like around here. Like then we can play right on that edge, and then whenever we're just standing here, we're not like clicking backwards and then we're not clicking forwards, then whenever the Lucian like just barely moves forward to like auto attack, because he'll always show with his face like where he's going, and that lines you up for a Q like one way or another. So then you could choose to like move forward into him so that you have like less distance and then kind of guarantee the Q. But if you're pulling him, you're holding your ground and then he's moving into you. That also like guarantees the Q versus like these Qs that are just 7 million miles away, where they kind of abuse like the enemy not seeing it, but it's not as valuable of a Q inevitably. Because like you're not spending as much for it, and most of the time you're going to be spending your ADC's HP for it, which you can't do on Morgana, because like she doesn't have like sustain and shields and other shit for the ADC. So.
And it's probably a bad habit on my side because I'm used to it kind of, because my opponents usually take that max range Q anyway. That's why I'm throwing them. But when I climb further, people start not eating those Qs, and I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? I used to hit those.
Yeah, like these big boys, wing, bang, like Jesus. Boom. When like 9 times out of the 10, it's gonna look like Soraka's getting insane, autos your AD once, and then you kind of just, let's say this is Soraka, that's Zeri, right? She goes for an auto, right? We move into her through the minion wave. She's fucking freaking out at that point. So like the goal, I think, is to get to this neutral. So the first step of that is like, you should really like not be okay with like being too far back, because that like cancels a whole bunch of opportunities. And then you have to have like the control over yourself to not be too far forward at different times, which like you'll just find yourself watching yourself like int into the enemy with the too far forward, and that's part of it. So you don't have to like have the neutral just going into the next game, but it's like kind of the goal that you should be aiming towards, I think.
Understood. I'll try to do that.
Yeah.
I see why.
Because then when we have a good neutral, we have good autos, we have good Ws, we have okay Qs. But with the neutral, if the enemy missteps, then like our flash Qs become so much stronger, our flash ultis become so much stronger. And we're in the better position to do that. Well, right, so I want to flash Q right here, I have to move forward, flash Q. Versus I'm right here, the enemy dashes forward, flash Q. It's so, yeah.
Unmissable.
That's what I'm looking for with stellar, insane Morgana gameplay.
Got it, coach. And my last replay is it's- it's weird. Give me a second. It's not working for this video for some reason. Yes.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay.
You can see the screen, right? Yep.
Yep.
So I guess some level 1 shenanigans.
Oh, Nelly.
Okay, this doesn't matter, I guess.
I am the Witch Queen. I am the Queen.
Okay, in this lane, the problem I felt was Zyra can poke more than I can, and I kind of didn't know what to do.
Yeah, with Zyra and Misfortune, they're gonna poke you guys out. So it'd be like you can spin the W on the wave, and then you have to wait for Samira level 3. So on like the first 3 waves, it's fine just to get pushed in.
A blanket of darkness on blood. An ally has been slain.
Okay. So like on this wave, you can W the melees, and then that will give you guys level 3, and then you could just try to attack them. But you W the Misfortune.
I always try to W ADC at no matter what's the cost, so maybe that's something I shouldn't be doing.
Oh,
Oh,
what
that's
the
Elise.
Alrighty, lane's screwed. Can't win. I love US with a Darius. Man, we don't have flash. There was like no gameplay for like
Right?
2 minutes.
That's why I was frustrated. What's the game here?
Well, you messed up. So the first step was you didn't hit the level 3, and then you get chunked off the sequence, like moving into the tri-brush after they had just fought in the river. And then now we don't have flash. With no flash, we have no gameplay. Because you can view Morgana like a Nautilus in a way with a Samira. If you flash Q and then Black Shield her, then she just runs whoever down, at least at the right time. So it's like, what's the gameplay? Like, don't make that first mistake. It's so, it's so frustrating, but that's where it is. So let's go back to that first mistake and then see what we can do. Here, we know W the melees and then just keep autoing them. If you can auto the melees and dodge Zyra abilities, like you're good to go. And then even if they're hitting you with the abilities, like they'll be on cooldown as you guys would kill the melee minion, and then you could just run into them because they don't deal enough damage. Right. So then just click backwards into the turret, and now the whole lane's fucked. Alright, so run it back to me and then you tell me. From the melee minions.
So this wave is where we should get level 2. Sorry, level 3.
Yeah, this next
And
wave that's coming in.
my W is up. I should be using my W to... not to Misfortune, but to melee minions. Because this is where they get level 3. Before us right now. And this is where we're fucked, yeah.
That sort of side movement is like the defensive like bullshit as well. That's where it comes back to bite you finally. Finally a jungler's there. And then everything's screwed from there. The sequences won't make sense.
This was frustrating. No, it wasn't. Okay. This was another back. Elise just one-shot me at level tier 2. Maybe it was a different game.
Wouldst thou condemn the world? As would I.
Zyra is missing.
To retake the throne of God.
Okay, so is that W gonna like poke out the misfortune?
Was that wrong?
Yeah. Right. So you have Samira, she's not a poke champ. And then this wave, like the faster you crash it, the faster it bounces back. You can't fight them whenever it's pushing towards them. Because Samira and Morgana are outranged by the Zyra misfortune. So the faster you...
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, the faster you push the wave, like the faster it bounces back. But then you could also leave lane, go mid, where they were fighting, or you would push the wave and then into the fog of war, sitting in the bush, and we have a chance, you know, to cue them from the fog and actually get something going.
You couldn't even crash the wave because I didn't W the mini.
Yep.
Yep.
Our hearts are black with sorrow.
So I think an easy, like, or at least some guidelines to play from is like, if you have push on the wave, then that's your time to W the enemy. But if you're getting pushed in or the wave's neutral, then you can use the W on the wave.
Wait, say that again?
If you have push on the wave, then you can W the enemy. But if the wave is neutral or you're getting pushed in, then you should probably use the W on the wave.
That's a better logic than what I was applying, yeah. Just WADC no matter what.
That's where my Morgana started.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god. Yeah, back in my day, the Spell Thieves dealt bonus damage too. So like, it would instantly proc all 3 procs of Spell Thieves with Morgana W. So it would deal bonus damage, and you had Scorch. It was so good. Just spam that W just on the enemy on cooldown. It's like what Misfortunes do right now, just on a shorter cooldown and more damage.
Yeah.
I'm dropping my circle.
Lost, forgotten.
So in this case, they are winning the lane, and imagine Zyra just leaves the lane because they are winning already, and she roams. That doesn't mean I need to be roaming just because he's roaming, right?
It depends. You have to pay attention to like. So if my flash is up and the Zyra's roaming, like maybe if I can kill a misfortune with my AD, I'll stay. If my top side is losing, I'll stay. If my top side's winning, maybe I go. But I need to see like what's happening in the solo lanes as well, or at least have an idea with it. But like, let's say the Zyra's roaming and your AD is already losing, and you can't 2v1 the enemy AD, then I would roam. So like even if you have the like items to 2v1 as well, like in this case you don't have flash. So if the Zyra was to roam and then the misfortune walks backwards, like it's kind of impossible to get a kill on him. Something
Yeah.
like that. Imagine you W those melee minions right here. Okay. And then they're just a little thinned up. That might save the Samira like one
Yeah.
auto under turret. But then that
Yep,
makes the wave.
I didn't do it intentionally.
Yeah.
just because MF was there.
Okay. Now you could go through Tribrush and flank them. Like you would gank your own lane here. If they have the push like this, you can sweep the Tribrush and then the river bush and then
I have a stopwatch. Yeah, I have ults. I have stopwatch. Why won't I just
yeah,
gank it?
you can gank it. And if they move up the lane, dead. Hopefully. If not, at least we're doing something better than getting pushed in. Morgana sucks at getting pushed in.
Yeah, I was in despair this game. Like I was like, what I'm supposed to do.
I think in these spots, it's just look for like an aggressive play. So like you can wait to punish, but you can't get poked out, so then you have to play defensive, like on a defensive line. But even if you do, they outrange that with Misfortune E. So it's like you might as well just play in the Fog of War. Imagine your Alistar right here. What would Alistar do? He'd go through that Tribrush and or fucking roam. Like that's all you got. Where you guys lost prior to, it's like they owned the minion wave.
Okay, this is the one. Elise is there. I ping it, but for some reason I don't walk back.
Yeah, so with all these losing lanes, the main thing to look for is like the step that ruins it. Because it would be like bad jungle pathing or like most things, like if you do the wrong thing, then things start falling apart, like the dominoes just fall into place. So whenever like you have these losing lanes, if you look back on them, like that's the thing to look for is like the first misstep that fucks everything up. Because then the lane like won't make sense because you're not going to recover these lanes like consistently. You can outplay them, you can noob them a little bit, like every now and then. But if the main thing to correct is like don't put yourself on the back foot through your own misplays, which comes through making the misplays. Isn't that a bitch?
That's true.
Because I was doing this on jungle like all day the other day. I was learning the assassin champions and I just kept messing up the first thing and then like my entire game is messed up.
What's your favorite jungle pick?
Right now it's Rek'Sai.
I saw an yesterday LPL match. Was it Rek'Sai? No, it wasn't Rek'Sai. Sorry, that was Skarner.
Who was
Skarner
playing?
versus Poppy. It was a funny game. Skarner versus Poppy.
Oh, Skarner, jeez.
So
LPL
Poppy,
doesn't care.
Poppy ults Skarner, Skarner ults Poppy, and they just together
Fly away.
launch into Nexus. Yeah.
I had that happen to me once. I have a clip somewhere. I have no clue where, but
Well, now everyone has a clip of it because it happened in LPL.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Right. I mean, that's as worse as it gets though, for those losing lanes.
I think I picked good clips for this session, at least for my learning.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole lot of anti-lose. The winning part is just as important as the anti-losing. But if you have the anti-lose good against these lanes, then you can start winning them. So it is what it is. But if you wanted to do another one later, like I would want to see like some try to win but then mess it up sort of games.
Try to win. Okay, I'll try to record those. I mean, I record everything, but I just don't save all of them. I'll try to save some of those too for next time.
Yeah, you can upload them to like Google Drive if your internet's good enough too. If you like don't wanna, or if your hard drive space or whatever, you know.
Yeah, maybe I should do that. Now, I don't know what to do about this. You see my screen, right?
Oh yeah.
So first I paid, then I didn't redeem this. Should I redeem? And I don't know what to do here.
Yeah, click redeem. Let's see. Okay.
So this, I guess, maybe I can just book something like.
Go to the 28th and
Please.
then yeah, just do the soonest time. Why is it 10 p.m.? What in the world?
It's my time, 10 p.m.
Oh, okay. I about to say like that's forever from now, but makes sense.
You need to answer all questions. Good.
Amazing.
Okay, that's how it works, I guess.
Okey-doke.
Hey, you need to respond. Time's running.
Dude, I didn't know there was like a time request on these bad boys. Because I saw it, then I was like, okay. Right.
I think do it quick because that might be bad for you if you don't. if there's an algorithm like that.
Yeah.
Shit.
The session starts in 15 seconds. I want to see what it looks like from your screen too. I've never seen it.